Hello. Today we're going to do kind of a retroactive review of some Makeup Revolution items. This was a collection that came out last April, but I recently just kind of rediscovered it. I already knew about it. This is a collection that I purchased some stuff last year, but overall I had been, if you could say, kind of poisoned to believe that Makeup Revolution, their products weren't that good. But now that I've actually tried them myself, I've found that maybe not everything is as it seems. And perhaps that, some makeup may not be for some people, but it's alright for others. So the first thing I want to talk about is these brushes. These brushes I actually did buy on full sale when this collection originally came out. This collection originally came out April 2022, I believe. And I bought these brushes at full price. They were $20 when I bought these brushes. You can still buy these brushes still. They're currently on sale on the website for $10 instead of $20, so you can still get them. I mostly got them because I love the pattern that is on these brushes. I love the 60s and I love 60s fashion and aesthetic, so I had to get these brushes. Something I did learn though is that these brushes, and I didn't really realize it until I was putting this video together, grabbing all my things, the brushes are kind of 50-50 so far for me. As in, these big brushes to me feel pretty cheap. I was trying to figure out why and describe why I thought so. So I pulled out some of my other brushes and I realized they don't feel as luxurious because they're not as packed. Like the bristles aren't tightly packed into the handle, into the actual brush. So it feels kind of like look at that. If that makes sense. It's not as sturdy as it should feel. Like there should be a little bit of, a bit of fighting back, but it pretty much just goes Mwah. And I brought that to compare it to, say, these two other brushes. This is a Morphe brush, and then this is just a brush that I got like from Walgreens, So the Morphe brush, it is definitely not the same style, but I just kind of wanted to show, it's about just how packed it is. Because this one I feel like you can tell is quite packed. It's a bit difficult to tell, but this one I feel like this is probably a better example, because even something like this that I got like at Walgreens has a better kind of push. Like I could tap like this, I could use this and just use like the ends, because it's strong enough where if I do like that, it doesn't bend all the way. I can just go like that and tap it out. Or something like this, it feels like when I'm tapping, I don't think the camera picks it up, but you can feel it. Like it's too soft, it's bending too much, and it's not the best. So a brush like this I've been using to mostly, I know it looks a bit dirty, but I haven't really necessarily used it. I usually just use it to brush stuff off my face. If I got like extra powder on my face or eyeshadow that I need to clean off, just grab it and go boop, 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 and I use that to clean it off. This one I recently just started using for my CXC Beauty Yellow Blush. There will be a review on that later on, but I recently just kind of started using this one for that. This I recently started using for the bronzer and the blush, just so I can use it for something. I don't have many big brushes. I'm a sponge girl. I like to use sponges usually, but I've been trying to use my bigger brushes. And then we have this one, which is the only small one. And this one's old, right? This is too big for my eye. Especially as you get older, you'll find that, we all swear that our eyes were a lot bigger when we were younger. But I use this when I need just to cover up my overall eye. If I'm wearing an eyeshadow and I just want to quickly dip into it and go whoop, whoop, whoop. Since it's so big, it finishes the job a lot faster. And if I don't need a brush for precision, this is what I use. With this brush, I do want to say, I don't want to scare you guys completely away from these brushes, because while I didn't like the brushes from this collection, I've also brought brushes from the TV show Friends. I brought their brushes. They have the cute little lobsters at the end, so freaking cute. And these are well packed. Like, these work so well. I actually use these on my eyes. I feel like these are much better packed, and they have a much better push than the ones from this collection. So right now we're at a 50-50. You might get good brushes, you might get brushes, but I definitely from this collection, not the best. Let's just get the palette out of the way. So this palette on the website, let's see, pulling up the website, got it right here. This originally sold for $24. You can go on the website right now and buy this palette for $12. Now listen, I didn't get this palette off the website. I got it at TJ Maxx for $7. So that's mostly why I wanted to make this video, even though if it's something that's already come out, I've been finding a lot of Makeup Revolution palettes at the TJ Maxx. And because of that, I kind of just wanted to talk about it because I had been kind of under the impression that this brand wasn't that great, that the colors were like blah. So I finally bought it, especially at a price of $7. I was like, yes, let's try it out, let's see how it works. I think the thing that puts me off the most about Makeup Revolution is the way that they set up their palettes. This is this specific palette, but a lot of their palettes end up kind of looking like this, where the color story kind of just doesn't make a lot of sense. But I think overall, this color story isn't the worst. It was kind of fun trying to figure out looks, and I had to take a break from using glam light and just kind of when it says a lot when you have to take a break from glam light to come use Makeup Revolution and actually have fun and enjoy doing makeup again, because I was not having fun trying out the Happy Hour collection and I needed something to bring joy back into my life. So I did use these. I think my favorite colors in this, I did a really fun look with Peace and Baby. Baby is super pigmented. Peace was really pigmented as well as a good color. Keep on Truckin' was really good, along with Threads. Those were really good colors. Streak was also a really good color. I did my mother-in-law's makeup look with this palette, and I think at best this is a really good drugstore palette, because I think the purple colors that I used for her, I believe I used this one and this one and this one, they worked very well for her. You know, they weren't colors that were too intense, but had enough pigment, but not super intense. Like, it was there. It was clearly there. It lasted all day. I think this is just a really good, this pretty decent palette. I mean, there's colors in here I think that maybe aren't the best. Probably something like, you know, Flower Power, not the best. This one called Blush, it's not the best. Oh, it's so soft. Natural, for obvious reasons. Like, but that's mostly just because they're like pastels. But they're not the worst, you know. They're probably just not the best for my skin. But, you know, you got some powdery ones that don't show up. But I feel like I can forgive that when we're looking at, see, it's disappeared from my hands. So, not the best colors, but like my favorite colors in here. Okay, I'm gonna go with the ones I said. I love Baby. I love Peace. Tell me why the freaking shimmers in this palette are better than freaking Glam Light. That's what I want to know. We got my 3 favorite colors. I feel like these colors work really well. See how pigmented they are? Oh my god, it's so pretty. I'm gonna put these on top of, well, I guess let's put it on the sides, let's not put it on top of. So this one is Baby. This one is Peace. And then this one is Corsage. For $7, I don't think I swatched this very well, but for $7, yes, absolutely, this is amazing. I think this palette, I've spent a lot of my youth using drugstore palettes, and I can tell you that I don't like any of the eyeshadows usually that you find in the drugstore. I've grown up using the drugstore kind of palettes, the NYX, Profusion, was it LA Girl, Elf, you know, all of these ones that you usually find in the store, and I don't feel like those hold up as well as this palette does. And I think it's also something that's missing. You don't see a lot of colorful drugstore products. I think this is a pretty good drugstore level, especially if you find it for that sale that it's on right now. I think it's really fun. This kind of reminds me of Jeffree Star's Jawbreaker. You know, it's not to the same quality, obviously, because it's not the Jeffree Star formula, but for $7? $7? Are you kidding me? $7 freaking dollars? And even on sale on the website right now, $10 for this palette? Come on now. I really gotta vouch for this palette. I also had used the Makeup Revolution Dion palette that's from the Clueless collection, and I'm finding that I quite like Makeup Revolution. What kind of throws me off is, again, kind of like, why do they decide to put these colors in this order? I don't know. But I think that's kind of the only thing that throws me off. These are good. Try this brand out. If you see a sale, try their little palettes and see how you like those. Because I don't think this brand should have as bad as a rep that it does. I got these recently, and I didn't know if I wanted to get them, so this is why I'm going to put these here, because it's also kind of going to be a review of, it says a lip tint. I don't think I would call these a lip tint, honestly. They kind of just feel like colored lip balms. So this is fabulous. And I wanted to swatch these because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to buy these, and I could not find a swatch anywhere at all. No one swatched it. No one would swatch it. There's a bunch of videos of this collection. Look how much product they give you. That's a lot of product. That's a lot of products. The Jeffree Star Tinted Lip Balm. I've only used it a couple times. You got that sparkle. Look at that. Look how much more product it is. That is a lot more product. So you're getting a good amount of product. These are also on sale. There was 3 of these that were released. I only was able to get 2. They're selling for $3.50 right now, but they're originally $7. And this one is, like I said, it's fabulous. I got this for $3.50. This is more of an orangey kind of popsicle. Let's see, where's this? An orangey popsicle color. I feel like it goes on theme. So that was fabulous. The one I don't have is Luscious, and Luscious was more of a bright pink, so I'm kind of glad that that one was sold out, because I don't think the color would have looked very nice on me. This is the other one. This is Rad. This is probably the color that works best for me. I love these tubes. Look how pretty it is. I know it's very kitschy, but I really like it. So this one again is Rad. And it's very mauvey. And I'm surprised they're called tinted lip balms, because they almost apply like lipstick. That's the colors right there. So now we finally have some swatches on the internet of these colors. They feel alright on the lips, but they really do kind of just feel like a lipstick. I don't know about a balm. I don't know how hydrating these are. I've worn both of them, but I never felt like they felt particularly hydrating, so keep that in mind. The last items I have here originally came in this packaging, right? And it is the liquid bronzer and the liquid blush. They came in the same kind of packaging, but different tops. The blush is called Daydream. The bronzer, right? Bronzer, it's called Radiant. Got 2 of them right there. They are surprisingly quite pigmented. So I'm going to do just a little bit. I am very surprised at also how well they blend, especially the blush. The blush is a lot more intense. I'm not going to do a lot than I thought. This blush, which, let me see if they're on the website still. Let's see. So, they're both $3.50 right now on the website. They were both originally $7. Looking at this color for this blush reminds me of, what is it? What's that color called? I got the Jeffree Star liquid blush recently as well, and it reminds me of this color. Okay, now that I'm applying it with my finger, it definitely feels a lot more kind of, it's like oily in a way. Look how pretty that is. I feel like it blends out very well. This is the bronzer. Ooh, how pretty. I feel like it works out very well. And the bronzer is not super intense, so you could probably apply more and make it more intense. The one that I found quite intense was the blush. I didn't expect it to be that pigmented. Let me bring my Jeffree Star one, and I think we should compare. This is the new liquid blush by Jeffree Star. This is in color Candy Petals. This is the color that it reminded me of, so I just want to apply a little bit on the bottom. And I kind of want to compare. Let's see. I'll use my pinky. I'm going to put it down here, I think. Which I'm sure I also rubbed a lot of that. I'm going to do it with my thumb, I think. Okay, and she's totally overtaken. Totally overtaken. So Jeffree's is more like purpley. That's what it looks like to me. So you got Jeffree on the bottom. This one on the top. So this one's a lot more intense, and Jeffree's is even more intense than I thought. That's why you don't even need a lot. You only need a dot. You only need a dot to really do it. So I thought this one was intense, but this one looks so much sheer compared to this. This one looks crazy. Look at that. And Jeffree's definitely feels a lot more creamy. This one feels a bit more oily, but this one it feels like dried down already. This one's already dried down. Compared to Jeffrey's, yeah, this feels a lot sheer, but this is also $20 a bottle, I believe it was. Meanwhile, this is on sale right now for $3.50. So for $3.50, I mean, it's not as intense. It feels like the formula is different. It feels more oily, so maybe you have oily, prone skin. Don't know if this would be the best for you. I haven't really tried it out yet in a full, like, glam makeup. I've just been wearing it at home while I do my work, and I haven't really noticed it yet. I'll probably notice it more as I continue wearing it and find out how much it actually works for my skin. But I don't think it's bad for $3.50. For $3.50, I'll give her a pass. So big quickly, looking through the website, there is another small palette, a mini palette, if you will, for $7 that has Lisa on it. It's more of a neutral colors, browns with some blue and purple, so it kind of reminds me of the Jeffree Star Yak Ranch palette. If you already have that, I'm not sure if you really need this. There's also a $6 bag that's still available. It's a tiny little bag, unless you really love the Simpsons and really like this pattern. I mean, I didn't even get it because I was like, I think I have enough bags, I didn't need that. There's also a ombre highlighter I didn't get for $6, also on sale right now, which I kind of really want now. I believe Teresa ended up really liking that highlighter. She actually ended up buying this whole collection last year, but she never reviewed it. But she ended up actually talking about the highlighter. She really loved the highlighter, but I decided against buying the highlighter because I have so many Ofra highlighters. I'm like, do not get another highlighter. Don't do it. But now I kind of want it just for the packaging. There was a Summer of Love fixing spray that immediately sold out. I don't know how the fixing sprays are for this brand, but it seemed like people really loved it. I believed it was like one of the first things that immediately sold out. There was also a another First Kiss ombre highlighter. That one also immediately sold out. So those items are already gone, but there's still some items from this collection you can get, and it's on sale, and it looks like all these are pretty much like, whatever's left of this collection is 50% off right now. So of this collection, I think I would really recommend the palette itself. I really like the palette if you're looking for, you know, kind of a more affordable Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. I like this palette. Get this palette. I also was surprised with the liquid bronzer and the blush. For $3.50 each, I mean, why not try it out? Just see if it works for you. Comparing it now to the Jeffree one, this does seem a little bit more oily than creamy based, but I think these two, well, three, right? Blush and bronzer and palette, these are things I recommend. And there's also some other items. Teresa said, obviously she recommends the highlighter, so there's those to check out, and they're 50% off. So overall, I'm really happy I tried this out. I'm so happy that there's a brand like this that is affordable and colorful and fun. I think with this brand, a lot of it really is just the collections, because they're always coming out with licensed makeup, and I think that's really fun. Alright, thank you so much for watching this pretty lengthy review. Everyone have a great day.